Hello, and welcome to Haverford Systems' Dynamic Digital Signage Guide that will help us talk about creating dynamic digital signage and review the LCDs on the market that are made for digital signage, review how to keep your message relevant and exciting, and review how to tie into databases to explore the usage of conditional information to keep your information relevant and really talk to those captive audiences that you have, whether they're in your lobby, in your waiting room, or in your retail space. The first thing I wanted to talk about is choosing a professional LCD. Sharp has three models on the market, a 60, a 70, and an 80 inch. And for those of you who might not be sure what a professional LCD is compared to a consumer LCD, is professional LCDs are made for 24/7 use. So that means they have a 3-year warranty, and that means you could use them for 3 years within 24/7 usage, and you would be warranted to have that work the entire time. Now, most digital signage players actually have the power to turn on and off the LCD as needed. So if your organization only is open from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m., Monday through Friday, you can have the digital signage player turn the LCD on and off during those times and extend the life of your professional LCD. Just a quick note that most LCDs now are 16:9 ratio, and the professional LCDs have one HDMI input, and they do not have an Ethernet input. Just because they're not built for the consumer world, one HDMI input is normally enough for digital signage applications, so that is how they've been built. Choosing a layout is very important in the beginning stages. Now with these LCD prices so low, it's easier to afford creating a dynamic video layout where you can use a 2x2, maybe a 3x3, or a 1x3 along the side. And just a brief budget calculation here, a 2x2 60-inch LCD layout is only $16,000 for the cost of the LCDs. Traditionally, a 100-inch Panasonic LCD, I think it was 102-inch, would cost $30,000-$40,000 itself. So with prices coming down for professional LCDs so quickly, you can create dynamic video walls for a fraction of the traditional price. Step 3 is choosing your content. What type of digital signage is this going to be? Is it going to be an interactive digital signage system where you can actually touch the display and have guide your potential customers and people who you're using as basically viewers of your digital signage to basically use it as a map, possibly to use it as for wayfinding? The interactive LCD, is it going to be a traditional digital signage LCD where it's something that is just displaying advertisements that are being paid for by your customers and clients? Is it going to be an informational digital media system where you're using it inside your office to display new and different ideas? Or finally, is it going to be a point of sale digital signage where you are showing prices and menus and you're enticing your end user to or your customer to make a purchase? Whatever your system is, you're going to want to automate the information flow for relevance and ease of use. So relevance is key here. How can we use the data that's out there on the internet or on your network and tailor your information that's coming through the digital signage to what's current and what's pertinent today? So the ways to do that is you would have a digital signage server on your network that goes out and looks for this information, whether it be a weather database that's pulling information about this week's weather, whether it's a news source that is triggering local news information, whether it's conditional information. So let's say that you have said every time XYZ happens, I want to show this display. Or every single time that more than 200 people are walking into my store every hour, I would like to have a sale to come up. There's so many different options here. Scheduled information that can be based on the time of day, that can be based on the time of year, that can be based on different events. Um, a lot of systems tie into a fire safety system. You can tie into live video, which we'll talk about in a second with IPTV, and you can tie into on-demand video. So if you have video that you've already taken and you would like to store them, we have a solution for saving on-demand video and allowing it to be used in your digital signage. So with that being said, I just want to briefly mention IPTV and HD video streaming. What that allows you to do is you can use a Makito encoder from HaiVision Incorporated, and you can plug in HD video sources that can then be used to be inserted live video into your digital signage system. So you can potentially insert a cable TV feed to put news or weather into live weather.com or live CNN news into your digital signage. You can have an HD video camera that's possibly looking at a public address or a public speaker. You could have it on a sporting event to have live sports be inserted into your digital signage. Or, interestingly enough, you could put the digital signage player itself into an encoder and have it available for any PC or Mac on the network. So turning any PC into a digital signage system. I've seen this used in libraries at universities to have every single display showing the digital signage, and then when a student walks up, it opens right up to their whatever system they're using for Windows or Mac operating system. So step 5 is what we've been talking about here, using relevance to revolutionize your message. So let's take the old traditional digital signage away, and let's talk about having your signage show information that's pertinent to down to the day, to the hour, to the time of day, to the season, to the type of things that are going on in your organization. So let's take the weather, for example. If it's 80 degrees outside, let's have that conditional information trigger advertisements for flip-flops instead of umbrellas. If it's raining, let's advertise umbrellas. For the time of day, if you might want to have after hours, like 5 or 6 o'clock in your office, you may want to have encouraging messages for your employees to say, hey, I see that you're here after hours. This is the information that I want to show you now. And finally, specialized programming. So event scheduling, what's going on now, what's going on later, how can we incorporate live video, how can we incorporate on-demand video and pair it with related advertisements and things that you want to use in your organization. Finally, just a few tips for effective digital signage. I'm not going to go through all of these, just to mention that content is king, location is very important. We have some tips on how to tailor your message into different segments and how to make a call to action. And we have a few questions you can ask yourself about the digital signage segment that you're thinking about making to guide you in the right direction. We at Haverford Systems, we have demos of all of this technology in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, which is not far from Philadelphia. It's not far from Reading. It's not far from Lancaster, York, Wilmington, Delaware, and Washington, D.C. So if you're interested in seeing this technology either at your office or at our office on display, we can make mock-up demos for your organization, and you could come in and see a mock-up of your digital signage, what it would look like, and then we can meet further about how to tailor it to your organization. So I hope this was helpful. I know it's a lot of information, but it's really great what's going on nowadays, and we just wanted to make this video to show that. Feel free to visit our website at www.haverford.com. Thanks.